impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cut in.
And we're here. And the Hylunder is back. What is going on, bro?
I am back from Vegas.
Yes.
Vegas, my friend. I mean, you got to check the box, right? You got to say I've been there.
Yeah.
But
still haven't myself.
Bro, bring your huge wallet when you go there.
Huge wallet when you go
and
to
we didn't
Vegas.
even gamble. We didn't even gamble. We're not gamblers. But
Yeah.
We went and saw some shows. Went and saw the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam. Both were amazing. But just eating in the food court, you're paying $70, man, for a burger and fries.
What the fuck? For one person or two people?
Two people. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers, brother. Tink.
Jack Daniels.
Virus of unknown origin.
So, yeah, man. The scenery was not at all what I thought, because you hear the city in the desert, blah, blah, blah. It's in a valley around a mountain range. They're inside this valley.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
And then we went to see the Grand Canyon. Of course, you go into Arizona, and very sparse. Not a whole lot of people out there. Once you get outside of Vegas, there's people that are out there, towns that maybe have like 1,000 people in them.
Right.
They got no running water. These people, and our tour guy said, these people are out there because they want to live off the grid.
Yeah.
We didn't see a whole lot of people, but the scenery was beautiful. The Joshua Tree Forest is amazing.
Yeah.
The terrain was just breathtaking. But as far as, it's expensive for real. I guess it's on par with
well, apparently so. If they can build a $2.3 billion dome entertainment venue. Now, we started the show in your absence last week, the first time me and Matt did it. By the way, he did a yeoman's job filling in for you. And but we did something totally different, not like you and I do. And the first, I didn't even bring the story. He did. He wanted to know if you even saw it. And you tell me your hotel was right there where you could see it.
It was right outside our window. They lit it up for the first time on the 4th of July. So what Kim and I did, we went and had dinner, grabbed some drinks, came back to our room, opened up our window, and set up, desk or a little table and 2 chairs, and we watched, and you could see fireworks going off throughout the city. And then that ball was just right outside our window. So it was amazing. We got to see the thing light up and go through the motions. It ran for about an hour.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, and they're going to have concerts inside that thing.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if this is what's going on outside of it, I can just imagine what's going on the inside.
Well, what I think is going to happen, and you already saw it the first night, they had a big advertisement for I believe it was the NBA. They were supposed
NBA.
to have their All-Star game there, but it's going to be a big advertising thing, you know, and whoever's going to buy time is going to get advertised on that thing. But the opening act in that venue is U2.
Yeah, we read that in the article.
From Ireland are going to open the sucker up.
Good little Irish band. Yeah,
there you go, man. So
that's cool.
It is interesting. Well, their big album is the Joshua Tree, and you know that Joshua Tree is right out there in that area. So it's very cool, and we got really lucky because our scene. You know, when we first got there, we were on the other side of the hotel, and they had a nightclub and some pools out there that was just running big music all day long. So Kim had us move to the opposite side of the hallway, and boom, we're right in front of this thing. It was amazing. Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
Had a little. You were affected by the cancellation of flights on the way home.
Bro.
And that was a big thing in the stories around the 4th of July. A lot of flights were getting canceled. So,
I don't know if it was. We had mechanical problems with our flight was on time. We were on the plane.
Yeah,
but there were some FAA regs that they weren't coming up to snuff on. Tried to troubleshoot it. It looked like it was going to be pretty lengthy, so they deboarded everybody. And we went from departing there for like 12:30 in the afternoon to we didn't get out of there until it was like 7 o'clock or something that evening.
You said you didn't get into Dallas till 1:30, right?
Yeah, I got home. We got home at 1:30, and I had to get back up an hour and a half later and go to work.
Yeah,
so that was a long.
That's why he wasn't here last week, guys. But
you
know, he back in the saddle. And real quick, we've already had the whisk. We need to know the axe. Tell us about the axe.
This is the 25th anniversary. I think I've played this before out here. This is Silver Burst from Vintage. It's got the old humbuckers. It's a really pretty guitar. It's got the weight relief, but this thing rocks, man. I don't play it too often because it is a limited edition kind of thing, but it looks cool, and I thought I'd knock the dust off it today. And
it's very nice. Very nice. Well, I got a special treat for you because I haven't talked to you since this event, so we really need to talk about the newest trophy in the case, don't we?
Man.
Do we need to talk about the newest trophy in the case?
How about them Tigers, man? Look, okay, so they beat Wake, you know, and they get to the finals. They win game 1 on a walk-off, and then game 2, because it's double elimination, they got their door blown off.
Yeah, they did. What was it, 24 runs they got scored against them?
It was outrageous, right? But if anybody knows anything about baseball, the team that gets shellacked, the very next game, they give it right back.
Yeah, and they did. 18.
I just had a good feeling about us winning that second game. And you know, the haters are out in full effect in Dallas, dude, you know, because they haven't sniffed a winner in anything for the longest time, right? So up on our daily board where I write all the information for the guys, LSU sucks. That's pretty much up there on a daily basis. I'm like, you know what, guys?
Your employees troll you, man? What?
Hating on me, you know? So it's a good time to be a Tiger, man. I'm telling you right now. Look, our football program, we're on the rise. Beat Alabama last year, won our bowl game with a patchwork team. Yeah. You know, the ladies bring home the title for in basketball.
You mean these chicks right here? Is that who you're talking about? These chicks.
That's what's up, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's good time to be an LSU fan, no doubt.
Yeah, dude.
What was it I saw? There was it was some kind of meme or something. It was like a picture of like 4 people. One was Joe Burrow, but then they showed pictures of the baseball players and pictures of the women's basketball players, and it said, "Why wouldn't you want to go to LSU?"
Exactly, right? Man. Look, State Louisiana doesn't have a lot, but man, we got them Tigers, dude.
So we got plenty, man. You know what? I took the guys, and I'll have to find it. The ex, I think he's the ex lieutenant governor or attorney general, James Darden, did a video called "Why This Is Louisiana, Why It's Not Mississippi," and it was showing. I take the clients to the State Exhibit Museum every once in a while, and that auditorium is always dark when we go. But they were actually showing this video. Dude, they had the Nevilles on there. They had Fats Domino. They were talking about all the music, and or Irma Thomas, all the great musicians we've had come out of here and stuff. The Hayride, they were talking about all that, plus Mardi Gras and a whole bunch of other shit. It is a pretty cool video. There ain't nothing wrong with being from Louisiana, man.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful state. It could be so much more, man, but we've got some bad leadership, so there you go.
Well, look, let me tell you something. The two most corrupt states in the Union are right next door to each other. The only difference between them is Louisiana is out front with it. Yeah, we corrupt, and we will tell you about it. Mississippi, they like to keep it in the closet, but we're out in front with it.
But I'll tell you right now, there's another state that really is proud about their corruption. That's Illinois, man. Illinois is right there, dude.
I forgot about those gun-grabbing fools. Yeah, I forgot about them. Christian Delhomme says, good day, everybody. It's good to see you, brother. Okay, well, I mean, I've been fending this guy off, dude, but he is driving me absolutely bananas. He won't get out of my ear.
What do we got? What do we got?
Well, we got top of the heap, and you know what that means. We got the news of the day of the week, internationally and whatnot. The big stories that are really affecting everybody, and of course, you know what? We need to reshoot this video, don't we, dude?
Yes, we do. We need to put the
we need to reshoot. Top, bro. We need to add this to it. I need some video of this right here. Right
there it is, bro.
That's it. Right there. It is. We do it. But we start as we always do, boys and girls. We're always going to start with what's going on in the war in the Ukraine. Just to let you know what's going on. Just to let you know what's going on with the biggest money laundering scheme on the planet.
Ukraine.
Let's start off with Russia said it was blindsided by Turkey after Zelensky left the country with formerly imprisoned Azov battalion members.
Whoopsie.
5 Ukrainian soldiers returned from Turkey. President Vladimir Zelensky announced. Russia said Turkey violated an agreement for the soldiers to stay until the war's end. The comments came after Turkey's Erdogan. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Yeah, classic rando. Announced he would host Vladimir Putin. So apparently he set him up to put egg on his face. Apparently, in a classic rando move.
Classic rando.
So, yeah, they're fighting on every front. Apparently, the next one we got out of there, Putin's alleged lover, Ilya Caviezel.
Yeah, she looks all of 15 years old.
Caviezel? That can't be her name. Caviezel?
She looks all of 15 years old.
Right? Leaks humiliating photos of exiled mercenary boss Yevgeny Prigozhin. I had this down last week. Yevgeny Prigozhin. I like to call him Pregnazone. But anyway.
AKA the beard. AKA.
Hey, the beard. Look at him. He's dressed up like. Anyway, he's dressed in bizarre disguises. Yeah. That's just.
AKA Castro. AKA the beard. AKA whatever.
Yeah, it's getting weird, Dan. I mean, we've got. These headlines I'm seeing are just crazy. Vladimir Putin sends nuclear bombs to Arctic base ahead of NATO summit, raising World War III fears.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Putin is, whatever.
Putin hates to kill a man. You know.
He is, if you believe all the headlines and blah, 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 sensational headlines, how close is this guy to the brink? It's got to be closing in on him when, his closest allies are, it wasn't too long ago, 2 weeks ago, that the Wagner group was, converging on frickin' Moscow. And then they averted that. But
and I really think you guys can call me crazy all you want, but it happened shortly after what happened in Africa. And we got this story this week. Video appears to show Wagner Group troops preparing to leave Africa, suggesting a purge by Moscow, reports say. Some Wagner Group soldiers appear to be pulling out of Africa, a sign that Moscow may be purging the mercenary organization. And I believe, let me see if I put it in here. No, I didn't put it in here. They're still questioning whether this guy's alive or not. Nobody's seen him, Dan. Nobody has seen this guy.
The head of the Wagner Group?
Yes, nobody's seen him.
He's dead.
Yeah. There's speculation he's either dead or in prison. So
either way, one is the same as the other. You know, he's thrown
pretty
in
much
fucking gulag, so he's done anyway. So
well, we've documented plenty of times. If you cross Pootie Tang, hey,
yeah,
you know
your history.
Got my dillies on a pepper tank.
The party,
you
man.
know he yeah. The list grows.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. But I really think the more I see this, the more it looks to me like the Wagner. There's no innocent party in anything going on over there at all. The Wagner Group has been his muscle for years.
Yep.
They have been friends for years. And this incident that happened in Africa, I think it was the first domino that fell, dude, because Pootie Tang knew that he'd have to whack his pee-pee. And pretty sure Prednisone knew it was coming too.
You're going to do something with that guy. So.
Yeah, and that's why he made his initial march. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. What's these guys talking about today? Oh, we got that's Christian. He says Zelensky always wore a suit around Trump. Yeah. Yeah, well, he plays to his audience. He's a comedian, guys. Remember that. The guy that leads the Ukraine is an ex-comedian. Well,
hey, Christian also says Putin just had a 3-hour meeting with blah, 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 and 32 of his head commanders at the Kremlin.
At the Kremlin. So. Really? Do we have pictures? Because I've heard he's having meetings, Christian, but I haven't seen any pictures today. And I haven't seen it. Nobody's seen this guy. That's why there's so much speculation.
He's in seclusion.
He's on the down low right now. Another reason why I meant being a down low, boys and girls, is the money laundering continues. Cluster bombs. Biden defends decision to send Ukraine controversial weapons.
We don't have any bullets here in the United States, according to Biden, but we're sending cluster bombs.
Well, he swore he wasn't going to give them to him not a year ago.
Who did he swear that to?
Everybody. He said it in an interview.
That bag of cocaine he left in the freaking...
I guess so, man. U.S. President Joe Biden has defended his very difficult decision to give Ukraine cluster bombs, which have a record of killing civilians. Yeah. So
do bullets, so do other bombs, so do whatever, you know.
Right.
War.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
It is war. It is war. You know, I mean,
war is not scalpels, man. It just isn't. They fight amongst us.
Before we get out of the Ukraine thing, though, I had to show you this because, man, this was funny when I saw it. Let me see. Where is the picture? Yeah. You know, he's trying to get into NATO, and now, you know, Biden all of a sudden thinks it's problematic for him to join NATO, right? And this meme came up. I had to steal it. Must be this call to join NATO. Yes, absolutely.
Kind of effed up in it.
So, anyway, I know. Look, I know I'm laughing about a serious subject, but I mean, guys, you know, if you continue to vote the way you're voting, this is what you're going to get. These guys are corrupt people. They're all this is. Look, it looks to me like a big money laundering front to me. And that's, you know, you see Zelensky on TV begging for bullets and bandages and stuff like he ain't got any money. And we know for a fact that we're sending them all kinds of shit. So I don't.
You're right as far as that goes. But, you know, as far as the voting goes, you know, you keep voting that way. This is what's going to happen. But what are our alternatives? They funnel it down to where we have no other choice. Yeah. And if you want to vote, you've got to vote for a fucking somebody that's on the take and is corrupt.
Yeah. Right.
We don't have anybody that's honorable and is for the people.
Because honorable people are doing what most of the rest of us do. They're just
working for a living.
They're working for a living. Yeah.
Pay taxes.
They are.
Donald Trump, for better or worse, was the closest that we had to somebody from We the People to ascend to the presidency. He just couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
And he's such an introvert and you know, narcissist that he just couldn't allow his own success to permeate. But you see what they've done to him. I mean, they've taken him to task legally, whatever, smear.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the closest thing to somebody that's coming from we the people. But you won't see that because we don't have that choice. We are not given those choices.
We're not given those choices at all. And the people like Tulsi Gabbard, I'm always tooting her horn. She got fed up with it and got out. She's not even in politics anymore because of it.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
Good potential leaders, they throw their hands up because it's really running up against a wall. There's some old money.
She said on day one she was confronted with this, that the party leadership said, look, don't ever go with the other side. No matter what it is, don't ever do it. And she's like, well, I'm going to vote the way I vote. And they're like, no.
Problem in our government, our form of government, and that's right down to the grassroots level. You see that kind of cronyism going on. So, and we the people, we want to vote, we want to have our voice, but our voice is being blunted every which way and sideways. It just is. What do you do?
We got to get people to wake up and quit drinking the Kool-Aids, man. That's what we got to do. But, and that's the struggle that's gone on for a long time. But anyway, I digress. The saber rattling continues. This dwarf hadn't been heard from in a while, so North Korea threatens to shoot down U.S. aircraft. Well, if they had anything...
all the starving people in North Korea, he is not one of them.
No, he is definitely not one of the starving. North Korea has warned that the U.S. spy plane could be shot down after Pyongyang claimed an American aircraft had repeatedly crossed into its airspace.
They can't do it. They can't even launch their own freaking satellites. I mean, what was that they launched the other day? That the Japanese pulled the remnants out of the ocean, and the guidance system is antiquated. It was just no telemetry. It was just like shooting a bottle rocket up in the air.
They're just expensive fireworks, basically. Is what they are. It's just him trying to show off the size of his small wee. Christian DeLorme says agreed. He's talking about the swamp, baby. He's talking about the swamp. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Christian, hang on. He's got a bunch to say. Zelensky always wore a suit with Trump. Yeah, okay. And then he says he also swore no F-16s. Yeah, and we ended up giving him those too. Yeah. So this next one, Danny brought to us, Dutch government collapses over immigration policy. The Dutch government collapsed on Friday after failing to reach a deal on restricting immigration, which will trigger new elections in the fall. The crisis was triggered by a push by Prime Minister Mark Rutte's conservative VVD party. I don't even know what that stands for, but I'm sure I'll find out. To limit the flow of asylum seekers to the Netherlands, which two of his four-party government coalition refused to support. You read this one, Dan. What's up?
The point of this headline is this is happening all over the world.
Yeah.
Immigration is a good thing. You want to you're supposed to be bringing in people that are going to be an enhancement to your society.
Yep.
But there's got to be respites, and there's got to be background checks, and you've got to know who's coming into your country.
You got to vet.
Immigration is. Mm-hmm. And when you have no respite and you just throw your hands up and let everybody in, that's when you bring in a lot of problems. And more importantly, people are not assimilating to your government, your way of life, your belief system.
Yeah.
Like in this country, the English language should be our common ground across the board, business-wide, educational, medical. We should be able to communicate with each other along those lines. Assimilation. We have immigration. We shut immigration down for a period of time. Let those people assimilate to our culture, and then open it up again, right? You can have your religion, you can have your belief system, but when you're out in public, in business, we should be able to communicate. I work in a place right now, and I'm telling you right now, 80% of the people that come through to my window to pick up loads don't speak English.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm living in a foreign country. If you don't have those periods of respite and allow people and do your background checks and have them, because we have immigration policies.
Yep.
Do it the correct way.
All we have to do is enforce them. That's it.
Yeah. Assimilate and then open it up again. When you flood a country with immigrants, you're going to have real problems. And that's happening all over the world.
Yep.
All over the world. And it's intentional.
Yeah, it is. All right.
They want the people all over the globe to throw their hands up so they can go behind a centralized government, a centralized currency.
Yeah, and make all the decisions for you. Yep. Absolutely. Okay, we got this one. Lawyers with Supreme Court business paid Clarence Thomas aid via Venmo.
Yeah.
Payments to Rajan oh God, I almost said shit. Vashist? Vashist?
One of his staffers, and this has happened several times.
An aid from 2019 to 2021 underscore ties between the justice and lawyers who argue cases in front of him. What?
Yep.
Luxury trips and property deals support Supreme Court controversy explained. Whoa. Clarence Thomas taking money on the side through AIDS?
Well, and then it's being batted around, and the people that are funneling this money through AIDS are lawyers and people of power who are definitely have a leaning against green agenda, So the idea is he's being bought, at the highest level to make rulings in certain opinions, to be beneficial to these people.
And they didn't even hide it. They used Venmo.
They use Venmo to an aid of his, so he can always say, "Oh, I don't know what they're doing," but these are parties that for you and things that surround you. So, I mean, you can make the association. Why would you put yourself in that position anyway?
Yeah,
there's a lot going on there, and there's smoke, there's fire, and we're innocent until proven guilty. But man, that doesn't look good for a sitting Supreme Court justice.
No, it doesn't. Christian says, same here in Canada, talking about the immigration thing. Hey, there's your fill-in, Dan. Small-time Republic. He says, hello. Like Michael Savage says, borders, language, culture. I was about to say that, Matt, and I couldn't remember Mike's name. I could not remember his name. The San Francisco radio personality, Michael Savage. Absolutely. I mean, some of his views are kind of controversial, but that one is not. Borders, language, and culture are what makes a country.
I keep going back to what Ronald Reagan said. He said, we will not fall from a foreign entity. We will fall from within. And that's totally intentional, man. Totally intentional.
Christian says they have been trying to crucify Justice Thomas for a while now. The left wants control back of the Supreme Court.
Sure. The right wants control of the Supreme Court. The left wants control of the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And who's left holding the bag? You and me.
We are. Yep. Small Time Republic says so they can find out everything about Thomas's finances, but not who leaked the preliminary decision on the pro-life case last year. Yeah, no shit. They never figured that out, right? We got another case of never figuring things out. We'll talk about later. Yeah.
That's right.
Bullshit. We all know it's bullshit.
The freaking tail wagging the dog. I'm telling you, man.
Yep. That's for sure. Okay, and this one kind of infuriated me right here. Manson follower Leslie Van Houten released from prison and is under parole supervision. And from reading the article, they said they purposely made it a secret location. She's in some kind of halfway house, and they won't give the location of it for obvious reasons. I mean, this chick
was the family of the people that were killed.
No, they're outraged, man. They are outraged by this, and the people that are about rehabilitation. Now, the other side of it, to be devil's advocate here, she's gotten a master's degree and she's done a lot of things for charity and stuff while she's been in. But I don't think
that master's degree,
huh?
Who paid for that master's degree that she got?
We did. Yeah. The people that pay for
there's a lot of very smart people in the world right now that can't afford to go to fucking college, and this murdering piece of shit
got
her you got educated. She's rehabilitated. Yeah,
Yeah.
explain that to the family, man. You can go fuck yourself. I wouldn't go for that at all.
I would rather see the
California,
outcome.
way out of control.
Did you watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Si, senor.
Yeah, I would have much rather that outcome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. That would have been a much better
That
outcome.
would have been a much better outcome, because if you don't know about the Manson family and the murders, you need to look into it. This girl should not be on the street. She should
Not at
die
all.
in prison. That, you
Not
know,
at
that's just
all.
all there is to it. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah. Yeah. The fleecing of America continues, boys and girls. Hey, Low Spec. Good to see you there. The Penguin marks the entrance of Low Spec. Yeah, we got Bank of America accused of opening fake accounts and charging illegal junk fees. Federal regulators accused Bank of America on Tuesday of harming customers by double dipping on fees without credit card rewards and opening fake accounts. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau ordered Bank of America to pay more than $100 million to customers and $90 million in penalties.
It's just another case of a big bank, a big power entity fleecing, taxpayers and American people, just trying to save some money, save a little bit of their own money. God forbid we might be able to put a fucking nickel aside.
Right.
Fake fees and fake accounts, and
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Awesome.
They're fleecing us. It's
put your money in your freaking
crazy.
mattress. There you go. That's all I can say about that.
Right. That seems to be the way to go these days.
We can't trust our governments. We can't trust the freaking banking system. And they're putting so much pressure on the damn medical field, doctors, and it's getting bad there as well. So, I mean, mismanagement from top down.
It's no wonder people are moving out of the cities and going rural, man. Really, it isn't. Prisons should maybe pay for GEDs, but that's it. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Christian Dorm.
You can go hide in the desert somewhere, but shit's still happening. And you'll still fall
that's true. It's still happening. It will affect you eventually. That will come for you eventually.
It will come for you.
Let's see. Christian Dorm says, plus prison is about punishment. Fuck her if she was rehabilitated. There you go. Yeah. That's my thoughts exactly. If you know what that chick did, she does not deserve to be free. That's just all there is to it. She will never pay enough of a debt for that.
Not at all.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm getting yelled at again, man. Would you just back off?
What do we got?
Whatever, and leave us
You know
alone.
what we got, man?
Jock Strap.
We got the Jock Strap, baby.
Jock Strap.
We got them millionaires that like to make noise in a different way. We got Cut Daddy.
That guy right there
get smacked off.
That guy's jump shot is awesome.
We got Philip Seymour Hoffman draining threes over here.
Badass, dude.
And I don't know about the Miami Dolphins. They're hamstruck, man. That's all there is to it about the Miami Dolphins. But we got to start off tonight with some bad news about some coaches and doctors that have to do with athletes, man. Jesus Christ, what is going on with these people? The more cameras we get out, the more, more eyes on things. People are finding more inventive ways to do dark shit in the dark. It's ridiculous. This one here, Northwestern fires football coach Pat Fitzgerald amid hazing claims.
Now, I've gone through this thing, and if you look at the hazing tactics, if you will, it's systemic. I mean, they've been doing it for forever there in Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
Felonies. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Give us an example.
Strapping guys down and going around and whacking them with your own dick. Whacking them.
What the fuck? What? Oh, man, come on. Wow. That sounds pretty sick. Why?
You need to look at this. They were doing some sick shit, dude. How that translates to winning, I don't know.
Right? That translates to fucking weirdness,
Nothing.
man.
That answers a lot of questions for me as far as Northwestern, the Wildcats go. Bunch
The
of
Wildcats
weirdos,
getting wild out there. What the fuck? And this one, this guy kind of got what he deserved right here. Larry Nazar, disgraced gymnastics doctor. This was for the U.S. Olympic team, by the way, guys. The female Olympic team. Reportedly stabbed at Florida prison. He apparently Monday night was in stable condition, but he was stabbed several times.
Bro, he was doing that shit at Michigan State too, I believe, doing the same thing with female gymnasts.
Yeah.
The guy was a freak in nature. I'll be curious to see if he was still alive. I would not be broken hearted.
Well, on Monday he was still in stable condition. Haven't heard anything. If anybody in the chat has seen anything about this story, let us know if he's still breathing or not. Let's see what we got here. Small Time says rooms starting to spin on account of the gayness. He's giving me cues now. Are you seeing this, man? Good Lord. Oh my God. Really? Where
yeah, this guy, he's sick, man. If he was
room's starting to spin real fast because of gayness.
Well, I would tell you this, since we're on the subject, I would have been running some banners, but I don't think I have the admin anymore again. So.
Well, I will check that out for you. It could be something. You're on your computer this time, though. It could be something on your end.
I've had it before on the computer.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll dig into it after the show.
Wordly.
Let's see. What do we got next? We got another one of these stories. Now this is an idiot. Okay. First of all, it's a wackadoo. Secondly, it's an idiot. A popular Tennessee soccer coach left his phone at a restaurant. Police say they discovered videos on the device of him allegedly raping unconscious boys. Yikes. What they found instead were dozens of unconscionable videos and pictures of children, and so they called the police. Just wow.
We have his name, right? Where's his name?
His name is Camelo Hurtado Campos.
Okay. Hurtado Campos. He's a piece of shit, right? Campos.
Franklin, Tennessee, charges of rape of a child and sexual exploitation of a minor, with additional charges expected to be filed. And this is because he left his cell phone. And look, when your time's up, your time's up. He got busted big time. This guy's a freak. What the hell, man?
Yeah, that guy needs to, do the due diligence and, do the investigation, but he needs to go all day long if that's truly what he did.
Yeah, that's
just terrible. I mean, it's just, young people would trust these people in leadership positions and, take advantage of it, man. It's a special place to help you like that. And we need to expand the capital punishment as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. You're kind of freezing up a little bit there, buddy. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, whatever. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. I dig this one right here. Skip Bayless canceled, undisputed, killed by Ravens ex Shannon Sharp. There haven't been any new episodes of Fox Sports 1's show Undisputed since Shannon Sharp walked out in June. That's because Fox cannot find anyone to take the seat opposite Skip Bayless, who is now on hiatus because he just cannot bear it all. What the
Who can't bear it all?
Mr. Bayless apparently can't take the fact that Shannon left him. What? I can't believe Shannon stayed with him as long as he did. Skip Bayless is retarded. I've never liked that guy. Matt says, I'll do it, Skip.
Yeah, he's got quite the following here in Dallas. I mean, he's been here in Dallas for the longest time.
Well, he's a big Dallas Cowboys fan. So,
well, absolutely. He does a lot of, I think he lives in the Dallas area. He does a lot of writing the sports around this area. Hey, He knew what he was getting into, getting onto that set with Shannon Sharp. He had his 15 minutes. He's got his name out there. Shannon Sharp. Who listens to that guy anyway? I mean, honest God. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'll listen to him when he talks about football issues.
Yeah, but other than that,
he knows.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, get out of here.
Christian Delorme says the asshole who wrote the curriculum for the Ontario Education Ministry is in jail in East Asia for diddling boys. Imagine that fuckery. Yeah. Wow, man. Unbelievable. These people are just crazy, dude. They are. It is nuts. And boys and girls, this guy just won't go away. I saw 2 articles this week. This one's on the 7th. He was seen with Kim Kardashian at a Hamptons party. And then a couple of days later, he's seen with Emily Ratajkowski, who is a supermodel. Brady is like slinging it like he's like what he is. He's a bachelor again, man. You know, so what the heck, dude?
You know, he's got a type, and one of these chicks is going to take him to the cleaners because he's dumb as a bag of hammers, dude.
He is dumb as a bag of hammers.
I mean, he's not very smart.
Are you saying he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, man?
I am saying he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. That's what I'm saying.
Well, good luck to him, really. I dig Tom, but not everybody does. And this was some sad news this week, but at least he died. He went out doing what he loves to do. Pro surfer Makala Jones dies at 44 in surfing accident. American professional surfer Makala Jones has been fatally killed in an accident off the coast of Indonesia's Mentawai Islands. The loss of Jones, 44. Yeah, he's from Hawaii. Tributes are pouring out for him. Apparently,
what the cause of the death?
There's I didn't get the whole thing read, but I'm sure they're not going to give a lot of details about it.
Shark attack, player.
I don't think it was. They would have said something if it was a shark attack. I mean, Dan, if you've ever done any surfing, if you are not paying attention, you can seriously get fucked up. So, God love him. I hated for him, but he did die doing what he digs. So, you know,
that's cool, man. God bless him. 44, that's too young to die, man.
It is. It is too young to die. It really is.
Hey, I do have a quick personal point on the Jock Strap real quick. Last time the Bruins won the Stanley Cup, 2010, my guy, Fight Club, Milan Lucic, was on that team.
Yeah.
You know how much I dig him. Well, signs a 1-year contract with the Boston Bruins. Coming back home. He will be playing for the Bruins next year. Fight Club is back. Boston Garden.
Is that the guy you used to call the little ball of hate?
No. That's Brad Marchand. He's still there.
Okay, Brad Marchand. All right.
Milan Lucic has on T-shirt. Fight Club.
Fight Club, huh? Dude.
This guy, look, he's one of the baddest dudes in the NHL. You just don't him. He's still
froze up, Dan. Froze up. But he'll be back shortly. Worry not. He's got some high-tech gear he's using there. It ain't just his phone. So there's no telling. They might have a internet disruption there at the house. There he is. Yeah.
We got like 50, TVs running at one time, pulling the bandwidth. So,
it's cool, man. We'll get there. But finish what you were saying about the Fight Club and Lucic.
He signs a 1-year deal, and he'll be back with Boston this year. Be nice to see him back on the ice for the black and gold.
The black and gold.
That's it. Milan Lucic, badass.
You know why? Because
to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
That's it, man. Very few want to mix with Milan Lucic. I can tell you.
Nah, man. When they see Lucic coming, they just.
It's a bad dude, man. It's a bad
man.
dude.
I can't have a little fun. Come on, boss. Get off my ass, will you?
What do we got? What do we got?
You know what we got? We got the Flix. We got the Flix. You know what we got? We got these guys tearing it up. And we got some news this week in the Flix. I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, man. The box office receipts are down, and all of a sudden, at one of the worst times financially for this business, they have decided they're going to torpedo everything. Everything. The writer's strike has been going on, God, almost 2 months now. And now Hollywood actors join screenwriters in historic industry-stopping strike as contract talks collapse. The SAG AFTRA National Board orders the strike, so they're about to hit. They actually sped up. I think it was yesterday. They had the red carpet premiere of Oppenheimer early because they knew this was coming, and they knew that the stars of it would not come to the red carpet. They did the same thing with Barbie yesterday too. Both of them had their red carpet shows yesterday, and they don't open for another week. So yeah, right. You got a job, but they got
get a real job. Get out of your bubble with your little fucking Hollywood acting, blah blah blah. The only people get hurt by these writers and actors going on strike is the people working on the set, and the people
like my daughter. Yeah,
and the people on the production teams, the people actually doing work, they get hurt by this. These
I told you,
pukes that write and act. Give me a fucking break, man. Go get a real job. You'd be begging to go back there. What's my line? Asshole.
I told you what they did to Amanda's production in Atlanta, right? They sent picketers out there, the writers did, to shut them down. Yeah, from California. Let's see. Christian Delorme says nobody wanted to draft Milan because he has an inverted spine. Boston did great.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, he's a big hockey fan, by the way. Christian is. He's Canadian. When I go see Mom in September, we're actually going to take a J trip, and we are doing it in September. I do know that for sure. I think I told you that, Christian. Oh yeah, Danny's talking to people here. Let's see. I'm a miserable Ottawa Senators fan. At least he admits it, right?
Hey man, Ottawa Senators. I actually, that's the one of the Canadian teams. I like them, and I like the Calgary Flames. I don't know what it is, but I do root for those teams until playoff time, and then it's all about.
And then it's all about the Boston Bruins. We know that. The nanny is the SAG president. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, no kidding. Fran Dresser. Good Lord. But Sound of Freedom did great. Yeah, I'm fixing to get into that right now. That's the top story with the Flix is the actors joining the writers on strike. So, excuse me. But yeah, let's take a look at the box office receipts. Let's see. We want to look at last weekend, which is, let me see. Is this it here? Yeah, this is it. This is it right here. Last weekend, Indiana Jones was number 1, 94 million, right? Elemental's number 2. Sound of Freedom was number 3, right? With 21 million. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was number 4, and it's still making money. That the two big movies so far this year has been that one and the Mario movie. The Mario movie made over $1 billion. I didn't even see it. And No Hard Feelings, the comedy with Jennifer Lawrence, is number 5. But when you take a look at the daily, okay, that was the weekly. I'm sorry. The weekend numbers are probably about the same. That was last weekend. Insidious, The Red Door was number 1. A horror movie won over Indiana Jones last weekend. Indiana Jones is not doing good. What did you think of it, Dan? I know you went and saw it. What did you think of it? Yeah. Turd munching time? Yeah.
Look, man. He's too old.
Dude, I can tell you right now, when I saw him lean back in a lounger in his underwear on the trailer, I was like, no, they're going to destroy him. This is going to be dumb. I heard the first 20 minutes of it was cool, where he was the
Well,
young
first wave
Indian.
is CGI set in the
Yeah.
World War II time frame. So
Yeah, and he's punching Nazis, right? Which is what Indy does, right? Yeah, but the rest of it was just horrible, from what I understand.
it's.
But The Sound of Freedom was number 3 this weekend.
I just want to say something real quick about Sound of Freedom. I've never seen a trailer for this thing at all. I don't even know anything about it.
Really?
I go to the movies all the time.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, Dan, just to give you a little insight into this movie, it was produced by Fox. Okay, Fox produced it, and it is a true story about. I can't remember the guy's name. I'll get it off the article when I bring it up here in a second. But he worked for Homeland Security. He was an agent for Homeland Security, and he decided to. Yes, Christian, absolutely, it's a true story. And one of me and Danny's favorites, Jim Caviezel's in it and plays him. And we all know Caviezel only does projects he is interested in. And
yeah, I will go see anything that he does because he doesn't do anything lighthearted.
So he plays this guy, and he decides to go vigilante to instead go on his own, and puts a group of guys together to go do this on their own to save a bunch of kids from sex traffickers. And I haven't seen it yet. I was going to go today with Dallas, but I'm definitely going to see this thing. And from what I understand, from guys that I really trust when it comes to movies, if you're a father, it's going to piss you off. It's going to make you emotional. And it's just, but at the same time, it's not one of those movies like 8mm, Dan. It's not one of those things that'll make you sick. They do it in a classy way, and they actually make it like an action movie. They're trying to get people to go see this thing to shine a light on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They say it's a good action thriller, on top of everything else. But anyway, the thing that made the headlines for this thing, and word of mouth is what's going to get this, because, Danny, this thing was filmed 5 years ago. Fox had been sitting on it, not knowing what to do with it. And then they got bought by Disney, right? And Disney didn't put it out. Well, one of the Mexican producers, I can't remember the fella's name. It may be in one of the articles we got here. But he put up, I think they did a crowdfunding thing to raise money to get it away from Disney, right? To get it back from them so they could put it out. And they raised $5 million, and they got it from Disney. And Disney said, yeah, sure, go ahead and take it back. Right? And they put it out, and they opened it on the 4th of July, Dan. And on the 4th of July, let me go to the date, 4th of July. And remember, Indiana Jones had just opened. This is the holiday they were opening up for. It beats Indiana Jones on the 4th of July.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It made $14 million on the 4th of July, and Indy only made 11.
And keep in mind, I mean, I don't know how they got word of mouth out of. I go to the movies all the time.
I know.
And never saw a trailer for this thing.
The reason why I know about it is I follow a guy named Chris Gore who is big into independent movies, and he had been talking about this for a while. And whenever it beat Indiana Jones, he was all over the airwaves talking about it, and everybody.
Well, sure. I mean, there's people. Depending on who you follow, you may know about this, and that's good. The little side note to this is, I'm not surprised that Disney gave up the rights to that, because there's an article, and I said it, we talked about it earlier. Mm-hmm. Disney's looking to offload some of these things that they acquired that don't seem to be up in their buck. ABC and Fox Network are two of those things. So,
yeah. Well, you don't follow it as closely as I do. I know, and I can tell you this: they're $5 billion in the hole. They're trying to unask stuff. I'm sure you heard about the staff that got fired or let go at ESPN.
But they're not talking about letting go of ESPN though. They view that separately, and that's right. That's what they're.
But you understand that they whacked a whole lot of the staff.
Yes,
they are trying to shave everything they can. They are losing money. And we've got articles right here. Let's get to the other articles, and you'll see it'll build a picture for you what's going on at Disney, man, and why you're seeing that about them trying to sell things. But yeah, Sound of Freedom is making serious noise in the movie circles. And it's you really need to watch these articles, Dan, and see who's poo-pooing the movie, because
I'll be surprised if poo-poo in these
you
movies.
have to start questioning those guys' motives, man. Sound of Freedom actor Jim Caviezel calls out the media attacks on hit film. They are quaking in their boots, he says. And this has to do with a lot of these. A lot of them are shills for the bigger studios that are poo-pooing this one because it's cutting into Indy's dime. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not surprised by that shit at all, dude. And anybody who is really isn't paying attention.
Right. And then you've got and Danny, you're just now hearing about this movie, right? You would think now, Danny, what, 20 years ago, this would be up for Academy Awards. They'd be talking about it like crazy. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. Because of the subject matter. But for some reason, child sex trafficking, these big media outlets don't want to talk about it.
Don't want to talk about that.
Gee whiz.
Nothing
I wonder
to
why.
See here. Nothing.
Right?
To
What
see
in the
here.
hell? You know? You got to question why it's.
Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here. Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, it's just sad, man. But this next one is, this is crazy right here. AMC can't stop Sound of Freedom conspiracy theories. Now, what this has to do with, Dan, there's been reports of AMC theaters having air conditioning problems in screening rooms with this friggin' movie playing. Trying to get people not to go watch it and go watch something else. It's crazy.
I have not seen the trailer for this movie, Joe John. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
And I go to the theater a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're not putting it out there. They are not putting it out there for people to know about it.
It's just like Dinesh D'Souza when he comes out with movies that are very informative.
Yep.
You can see trailers for that shit.
Yeah.
You either know what's coming out through your social medias, you follow him on Twitter, which I do. And
by the same token, check out Small Time Republic. CBS News promoted Tim Ballard in 2014. This is the real guy that Jim Caviezel's playing in the movie. But yeah, I love this story.
That's the way these people are going to go.
Yep.
Whatever
I love this story. I think it's fantastic. I love seeing an independent film with some nuts.
I'm glad you brought it to the light for me because Kim's out of town. She leaves at 11 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah. So
I'm going to check with our local theater and see if it's showing. If it is, I'm going to go check it out.
Pretty sure AMC's got it. Let's see. Small Time says Joe Nina Infinity used the Frank Drebin "Nothing to See Here" GIF in regard to the White House story from today. Yeah. Trust me, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. Nothing to See Here is a great clip, man. You can never go wrong using Frank Drebin, man. You just can't. No doubt. Okay. We had some bad news in Hollywood this week. Disney star Coco Lee, dead at 48. The Disney star who voiced the titular hero in Mandarin dubbed Mulan died by suicide at the age of 48. Her elder sisters, Carol and Nancy Lee, said in a Facebook post, yeah, it's a shame. What, guys, if you think somebody is feeling like they're going to cash it in, definitely give them the 988 number. That's a new national number. I used to work for a helpline, and I don't anymore because of that number, because people have figured out that's a good number to call. I'm not the kind of guy to answer suicide calls, but there are good people that do it. So that's a sad story right there. You never like to hear that kind of thing.
No, if you've got a family member, somebody, we all know when people are in trouble.
Yep.
It doesn't take 5 seconds to say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
Yep.
Our life is not that busy where we can't.
And don't be afraid to talk to them about it, man. Because
sometimes that's all they need. They want somebody to hear.
Just want somebody to bounce it off of. Yep, that's it. Absolutely. Then we got this one sounded cool to me. Aretha Franklin's handwritten document found under couch cushion is valid will, a jury rules.
That's going to be interesting to family members, I'm sure.
Right? The decision by 6
Whoever stuffed it underneath the cushions is really upset right now.
Right? Hey, did you
stick that right down there?
Look under here.
She gets what? No.
Damn it! When I tell you to bury the body in the marsh, I want you to do it in the marsh.
Where some guy from John Hancock did the hand job. I'll find it.
Don't laugh. This ain't reality TV. I'm sorry. Sometimes me and Danny just start quoting movies. The decision by the 6-person jury capped a 2-day trial in Oakland County probate court. As Franklin's 5-year estate saga nears its end, the jury deliberated for less than an hour. Cacaf Franklin,
Hell yeah.
on hand with 3 of his children, the Queen of Soul's grandchildren, was jubilant after the verdict. He stands to benefit in a big way from the development, including taking sole ownership of her multi-million-dollar Bloomfield Hills home. Wow. What a deal, huh? Yeah, somebody's got to be upset about that, huh, bro?
You know it. That's why I was stuffed in the couch, man.
Speaking of court, this guy don't want to go to court no more. Look at that number. Judge in Kevin Costner divorce shuts down actors' lawyers as he extends 129,000 monthly child support payments.
$1,000 to the 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 16-year-old that he was having well into his 50s because he's a fucking moron. I'm sure he had a wonderful wife at some point, but oh no, I'm Kevin Costner. Check me out, Yellowstone, blah blah blah.
I'm still viral. I'm still viral. I'm still viral.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting blanks.
This is Kevin. This is the court. Dumbass. And he didn't win the Simple Jack.
No, this guy didn't win Simple Jack, but you know what he's getting from me? He's getting this one from me.
You pile of fucking nuts.
You guys are freaking moron.
Okay, now Danny's
He's
not
doing a lot of straight to DVD movies now.
Right, he's gonna end up like Nicolas Cage, taking every part that's coming to him, right?
Dude, you know, John Cusack, they're all gonna be partnering up to do movies.
Tonight is the final night. Elton John says goodbye to over 50 years of touring, with last show.
I honestly thought he was dead already.
Yeah. No, Sir Elton John is not dead yet. This was Saturday night, and boy, he needs to get off stage. Good Lord. Dude, he's got to be wearing a wig, right? That's got to be a wig.
He's been wearing a wig since the 70s, bro. He went bald in the 70s. You remember Yellow Brick Road? He was damn near bald then.
No.
Bro.
The iconic award-winning musician took the stage for purportedly the last time, even as a touring artist in Stockholm, Sweden.
Stockholm,
Sweden. There you go. Stockholm, Sweden. He decided to do it up in Sweden for the last time. I'm a fan. Myself, I'm a fan. I dig it.
Matter
of fact,
this 1970s catalog, I'm a big fan of that. The guy had immense talent. You know, he had a great writing partner. They put out some really classic music. His live show was amazing. But knighthood.
Yeah, you know, times change, and you look. You think the woke thing is crazy in America? It's tenfold in fucking Great Britain, bro. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
There's a bunch of freaking in-bed wackadoos over there, dude. There's a bunch of freak shows over. Anything goes over in Britain, man. Anything.
I'm a fan. I enjoy Elton, and good for him. He needs to retire.
He does. Go away.
Microsoft wins FTC fight to buy Activision Blizzard. Now, you know, I was talking about this last night on State of the Atmosphere. Well, we have an update. FTC will appeal the court ruling on Microsoft Activision deal. Now, what we're talking about here is Microsoft is trying to buy Activision Blizzard, which has 2 really hot properties in just headlining, we're talking about World of Warcraft from Blizzard, and Activision has Call of Duty, probably the most popular online first-person shooter there is. So I don't know what the FTC's hard on is for these guys. I really don't. But
they're not getting a piece of the pie, so they're trying to block it.
The Federal Trade Commission?
Somebody's going to come up with a lot of money, and the FCC is going to change their mind, and it'll go through. You just haven't paid the piper yet, dude. You got to pay the bookman, okay?
I guess.
Get our freaking quarters or our freaking dollar pieces, whatever it is.
Right.
It'll go through. They just haven't come up with the buck yet.
I hear you. It's just weird to me. Okay. Boys and girls.
It happens all the time, bro.
Hang on, let me check the comments. Look, boss, you can start yelling at me in a second. Let me check the comments. Time for Waterworld 2, he says about Costner. Yeah, man, you're right.
Waterworld 2, man.
That's great, dude. Bernie Toppin, Christian says. And Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters is an underrated song.
Underrated song.
I hear you, man. Yeah, I hear you. No doubt. Check my tip jar. I surely will, sir. And Christian says, enjoy, brother. And he throws me a $5 tip. I appreciate you, Big Daddy. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it a lot. You know I do. And I'm looking forward to getting that big bear hug from you, you trucker, when I see you up in the Great White North. I'm pretty sure I told my wife to start looking at the third week of September. I mean, we want to get there like we did last time, Dan, with the foliage changing 2 years ago. I want to get there about that time because Maine is beautiful at that time of year. It's fucking crazy.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, boss. Hey, get off my ass, will you, man?
What do we got?
What do we got?
We got.
Oh, man, she's still trying to get that makeup
She is still trying to get it done, dude. She is still trying to get it done. But hey, when you're in the middle of an 8.0, I mean, come on, man.
She is no
good.
Go ahead with that Joker makeup.
Right? Well, the first one we got tonight is, let's see, let me get it up in here. El Paso Walmart shooter who killed 23 in racist attack gets 90 consecutive life sentences.
Why didn't they fucking juice this guy, man? So we get.
I was fixing to say, is there some kind of math that adds up to the chair? I mean
this guy gets free room and board. He gets to get raped every time he wants to turn around. I guess that's his thing. But hopefully somebody will get to this guy and bounce him because he doesn't deserve to be with the living at all. I mean, honestly, why we're so soft on these types of crimes is beyond me. This is. Where is this at? What state is this?
It was in federal court, but it was in El Paso, the Walmart that he shot up.
And he didn't get the fucking chair in Texas?
It's federal court, Dan.
Oh, okay. Well,
because it was a hate crime. He was charged with 50 federal hate crimes.
Put his ass under. He killed a bunch of people, right?
Yep. Sure did. Yep. He did. Okay, let's see what's next. First class passenger. Hang on. What?
Yeah.
We got comments there. We got comments. Hang on. Let's. What we got? Christian says good, and Matt says, it'd be a lot cheaper if he gets dealt with in the yard.
Thank you.
He probably will be. I mean, if he's charged with hate,
put his ass in isolation and nobody will ever see this fool. I only hope that he gets stabbed.
Well, he's going to federal pen too, so I don't know about all that. Federal pen's kind of a resort, so I don't know about all that stuff. But anyway, next one we got here. This guy really didn't want to land where he was landing. A first-class passenger told crew he would detonate a bomb unless the plane was diverted, later claiming that he thought cartel enforcers were waiting for him, authorities say. The first-class passenger is accused of making a bomb threat on the Alaska Airlines flight. An FBI affidavit says he handed a flight attendant a note threatening to kill everyone on board. The flight was diverted from Seattle, where the man told authorities cartel enforcers were waiting. No.
Yeah.
I know the cartels got pulled, but Seattle?
Yeah, they're all over the place, dude. Honest to God. I mean, that's not beyond a stretch, but
Okay.
I don't know if that was actually the case. You know, that's an easy thing to throw up there,
Right.
as an excuse.
I
But
just want to know. I just want to know what's going on in Alaska, bro. Princess cruise ship from Alaska with thousands on board damaged after hitting San Francisco pier. The Princess
they
cruise ship
underestimated that current, and they wrecked
what's
it.
that, sir? Well, I'm sorry. Go
They
ahead.
underestimated the current there and at the port, and when he's trying to put in, hey, put a lot of damage to the vessel.
We had gotten up and we were in our stateroom, and I just felt a bump and thought, here we are.
Yep.
Melinda Van Noort, a passenger on the Ruby Princess, told Fox San Francisco, just felt like a little nudge that we'd run into something. And wow, look at that shit there, dude. That's crazy. That's a lot of money right there, bro.
We've gone out on that huge vessel as well. We've been on that boat. It's huge. To do that kind of damage, that's definitely pilot error. And then you have to look at the infrastructure there at the dock, man.
Right.
The bumpers and all, and I think it was a combination, but definitely there was too much speed there.
Yeah, for sure.
So
let's see what else we got here. Marine taken into custody after missing 14-year-old is found in barracks in California base. Military police at Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton found the teen June 28th, just over 2 weeks after her grandmother reported her missing to San Diego authorities. And the girl was 14 years old.
And she's dead, right?
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah.
And he'll be tried under UCMJ?
I would imagine. It was found on base. Yeah. So, this is the military police at Camp Pendleton. Yeah. You're not going to hear from that guy again.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless the military has changed a whole lot, they'll put him down.
Yeah. He'll be gone. Yeah. It's that's sad. I just hate it for the family of the 14-year-old and the 14-year-old herself. That's wow. How does a soldier end up having that kind of access to a 14-year-old kid? That's weird. It's just weird.
You have families going on military bases all the time. You have military out in the public all the time. I mean, they have as much access to teenagers as you and I do.
Yep.
It's just this guy's got fucking maggots in his brain, Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. In the fuck around and find out area, though, would-be victim guns down. Suspects trying to rob him at ATM. At least 2 suspects died Friday after the man they tried to rob in San Antonio bank pulled out a firearm and shot them. Well, there you go. It's in San Antonio, Texas. You're retarded if you're trying to rob somebody at an ATM.
I mean, hey, look, you get outside these major cities, there's still, the populace believes in the Constitution, believes in states' rights, believes in Bill of Rights, believes in the right to bear arms, and you come up on somebody, hey, you better know your audience, man, because a lot of people are carrying anymore. A lot of people are carrying anymore.
You got to hear what Police Chief William McManus said. Two suspects approached him, tried to rob him. He shoots at them and kills both. There is no danger to the public. This was a robbery that did not go well for the robbers.
Didn't go well for the robbers.
That is great, man.
Now you watch, awesome. Some civil attorney is going to have that guy up in court, and he's going to be taken to court by a family member of one of the dead, and he's going to be taken to court for something.
Let's
I wouldn't be surprised the guy faces jail time. That's where we're at in this world, in our country anymore.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's the perpetrators have all the rights now.
And those rights were put in place to keep the innocent from getting screwed, is what they were put in there for, but they're
Yeah.
manipulated by the bad people, or the bad people. Speaking of that, speaking of weird shit, German businessman's dismembered body found in freezer in Thailand with chainsaw and hedge clippers.
Anything
Somebody
goes in
didn't like
Thailand.
this guy.
Thailand is freak central, man.
Yeah, right. But this guy lived there for a while, though.
Not anymore.
The police chief in the town of no,
Not anymore.
okay, yeah. Look. This guy was 62 years old. His name is Hans Peter Mack. Let's see.
Hans what?
Hans Peter Mack.
Peter Mack?
Hans Peter Mack. It's actually hyphenated. Hans Peter Mack.
To the
That's
Mac.
his name. To the Mac. Yes. Let's see. Mack was last seen driving his Mercedes sedan in Padua or whatever. How the fuck you say that?
This is what happened, okay?
Coastal City, Thailand. Go ahead. You were saying something?
I'm just gonna speculate here. Millionaire out Thailand, decided to grab a kid. Family finds out about it. Millionaires in a fucking trunk in pieces. There you go. Case closed. Justice is served.
Investigators located the body by using security camera videos from the area. Wow. And they're not elaborating on how it got in there either. That's crazy. Yikes. Okay, then. But apparently the guy had lived there over 10 years.
Not anymore.
And this I saw on television. That's why I threw it in there, man. I'll go ahead and hit play on it.
California.
And it'll come up here in a second. But concerns after California landslide swallows nearly a dozen homes. And I mean, this is a major landslide. They showed one house had dropped 16 feet from where the driveway used to be. It's a total loss for these people. No doubt about it. I mean,
I bet you money. It's like the other Californians with a lot of money. They build these houses in these the fire hazard areas, forest fire hazard areas. I bet you money they build houses known to have landslides. They get cheap land. They got all that money, cheap land, put up these huge houses, and then when shit happens that they were told could happen,
right?
Oh, it's just outrageous. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's fires here? No way.
I guess, why? Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Look at that. That's the driveway, and look where the house is. That's crazy, man. Woof. Global warming, it's going to kill us all, bro. It's going to get us all, man.
Global warming, global cooling, and climate change. Let's just
climate change.
Climate change.
That's it. Here's another one of police doing their job, man. Missing Florida teen found after routine traffic stop in North Carolina.
Yes.
North Carolina may have prevented a case of child trafficking, according to police. Deputies with the Nash County Police Department arrested Alejandro Hernandez Vasquez, 40, after realizing his 16-year-old female passenger had been reported missing by Florida Coral Springs Police Department only 5 hours earlier. This guy was on the move with this chick, dude.
Does it say if he's a citizen of the United States or is he here legally, illegal? Wonder that'd be interesting to know. You have these elements we talked about earlier. When you have this just infusion of people, and you're not following the policies that we have in place, you're going to have a fraction of a percent of bad elements, and just a fraction of a percentage can do a lot of damage. 99.9% of the people come across may be just great people, but you get a fraction of a percent. You get murders. You get.
They don't say in here, Dan, whether he's a citizen or not. They don't say it. Yeah.
Well, it's unfortunate, but it's good that they found
that they caught him. That's the thing. I mean, that's awesome. This one's kind of weird.
Statistic.
Yep. Women were found dead in separate storage units, and the police say they're connected to the same man. Apparently, this guy had both the units, and they think that it may be he may be involved in another one too.
Serial. The unit killer.
Yeah.
Here you
This
go.
guy's name is Joseph Jurgensen, 40.
White male.
He's
40.
He's a person of interest.
Person of
right?
interest.
Killing a 33-year-old Manea Manny Starin, whose remains were discovered in another storage area unit in Woolbury in June. And the first one, let's see, Coon Rapids storage unit. Her name was let's see, what's her name? Fanta. Oh God, here we go. Zaya Vang. She must be Oriental or something. But yeah, and they say he's suspected of another one. We got a serial killer up in Minnesota area, guys. So that's crazy. Watch out out there.
Minnesota. Oh
yeah.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
here's the one that you sent me, dude. First over-the-counter birth control pill gets FDA approval.
Si, senor.
The Food and Drug Administration cleared once a day Opil.
Yeah,
That's
and the
weird.
reason why it didn't come out earlier, I mean, they've had this technology for a while, but their concern was the populace didn't know how to take the pill correctly, and they didn't know about the side effects. And they feel confident now that the populace is smart enough to take this pill. And so, ladies are going to be able to get this over the counter. They won't need a prescription. So, I mean, there's a lot of people or ladies out there that don't have that kind of medical insurance, and maybe they have a few pennies where they can get this. They don't mention the price of this thing, which I can imagine is going to be pretty pricey, man. But they can get this over the counter now. So,
wow.
It's got a lot of side effects, but I mean, the side effects, the key thing for this pill is it's got to be taken regimen, same time every day, same time every day, same time every day, or it will not be effective.
Yeah, that sounds like what regular, birth control is like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Next up, let's see what we got. Oh, shoot. There's your boy, man. There's your boy.
That's my dude, man.
Christie, and that's Chris Christie, by the way, former governor of New Jersey. He calls Hunter Biden investigation either a lie or it's incompetent.
It's the former. Lie.
Yeah. Figuring it's a lie.
Oh, it's
he
all
says,
lie meaning he's doing some guilty shit, but they're lying to us about, the severity, and you don't even hear about this guy, man. He's doing so much shit out there, and you don't even hear about it, dude.
We're kind of up against the clock, but the headline says it all on that one. Let's see. 8-year-old arrested in Alabama for stealing a car at gunpoint. Police.
8 years old.
States.
That's how they're doing it in Alabama now.
What in the hell is going on in Alabama?
How's 8-year-old? Yeah, that's a sad story right there. Just the headline. If any of that's true, that's just a sad commentary right there.
Of course, they're not giving up the kid's name, which is good.
He's a minor, so
yeah. He carjacked an adult at gunpoint at 11 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, that's what you do. If you have a gun and you want a car, you're going to have to hijack an adult. I mean,
where did he learn that shit from? That's crazy, man.
Well, I always say, if you want to know somebody, look at the home. Look at the home. We are what we see every day.
As my dude said, see every day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Devastating video shows cruise ship tourists fleeing for their lives from erupting volcano. I saw this one earlier this morning. Hang on, I'll blow it up for you guys.
Nobody told us the volcano would erupt.
Right? Nobody told us the volcano would erupt, right?
It's a volcano. It will erupt eventually.
Right? Poof! There it goes. And from what I understand, some of the people that that came to this place, they're suing the tourist company that brought them out there. I'm sure there had to be waivers involved with a fucking volcano being there. I mean, come on, man. You got to be kidding me. But apparently several people were killed by this thing.
I know I've asked you this before, Joe John. I'm going to ask you again. Have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yes, I've seen it. Yes. That's not what the other lawyer said.
We are in those days right now.
Yes, we are, man. Yes.
Idiocracy.
He says we're hardcore over here.
We got
oh my God, I missed a bunch of stuff. What the hell?
I think they're going to live through that. You know, going to pay $250,000 to go down in a soda can. Think that's going to be all right. We got people with money that go to a volcano to check it out and are just astounded when the volcano erupts. They want to sue somebody.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. And I definitely got to get this one in before we get to the end.
And these people are not the Simple Jack Award winners.
No, they're not. None of these people are, including this jackass right here. Hugh Edwards named as BBC presenter at center of allegations as wife reveals he is in the hospital for mental health treatment. Boys and girls, Hugh Edwards has been named as the BBC presenter. Now, they've been saying that one of the presenters was accused of doing some bad things with children. And apparently he's spent like $46,000 on pictures of one underage person.
We're going to have to start getting out few bags to this show, Joe John. We keep doing this kind of art.
Right, I know it. It just came out that they found weed in the White House in July 20th, 22 and September of 2022. Nobody knows nothing, of course. Hey, you know the story, man. You know what time it is.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
And we've got this story. Google co-founder funneled millions to Biden admin-linked group pushing gas stove ban tax forms. The
group is called Rewire America. So want to get the gas stoves out and electric stoves in. So to the tune, I think the article says over a period of time, $240 million he's funneled into this Biden-linked group. So
if you guys haven't figured out that the Bidens are as corrupt as you can get in politicians,
he has been on the Hill for a long time. He's established himself a lot of different money streams.
And now he's the president.
Yeah.
And when they first started coming out with these gas stories and getting rid of gas stoves and everything, New York has bought into this shit and they're getting rid of gas stoves, right?
Well, what they're leaning on, and like we talked about earlier, is the idea that these gas stoves are putting off a lot of carbon emissions and driving up asthma in young people. That's the report they're relying on. Whether that's a reliable report or not, that's whatever. But when you have the microphone in your face and you can drive the agenda, that's what's going to happen. So,
yep. Okay. Well, boys and girls, let me tell you something. This has been fun, but it is time to buckle your chin strap, put your pads on, get your big boy pants out, get out the cup, because it's about to get dangerous up in here. Because it's time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Dude.
He was unconscious before he hit the ground, bro.
Bobby McRae should have been put in handcuffs after. Should have been put in handcuffs, man. He killed that man. He straight up murdered him.
Kurt who?
It ain't Kurt Angle. It ain't America's wrestler. That's for damn sure. That was Kurt Warner, baby, getting launched to the fucking retirement couch. Holy bye. what?
Thanks
What's
for
my man say?
playing.
I have got to clip that, dude. I've got to clip that from Tombstone. Well, bye.
Bye.
All right. In our only in Louisiana thing tonight, it's actually some good stuff, man. Rare evidence proves humans were in Louisiana 10,000 years ago, man.
Yeah.
We got this story here. A recent find at the another one of these Kisatachi National Forest proves that Snatchy, whatever, proves that humans were inhabiting western Louisiana during the Ice Age as much as 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. Man, that's freaking cool. I like that. I like that a lot. And this is the story I really dig, though, man. If anybody watches, what is the name of that channel, Daniel? The murder porn channel. It's investigation. I don't know. Discovery ID. Is that the name of it? Investigative Discovery. Yeah. There's been a show on there for a couple of years now. It's about Rod Demery. He is a Shreveport police detective that investigates murders. He's never had an unsolved case.
Joker, man.
He's never had an unsolved case. And they've all been confessions. He's gotten a confession every time.
Does he still subscribe to the Yellow Pages?
But anyway, Rod's going to be on a new show where they're going to be investigating some cold cases. It looks like former Shreveport detective has new show on History Channel.
I'll have to watch that, bro.
Former Shreveport. Well, you need to check out Murder Chose Me, the show I'm talking about. The reason why he calls it Murder Chose Me, Dan, is because hang on, I forgot to put this up. The reason why they call it Murder Chose Me is because he saw his mother killed in front of him as a little boy, and I think his brother was murdered too.
Is he actually from Shreveport?
Yes, he's from Shreveport. His name's Rod Demery. That's him right there on the right.
People don't know anything about Shreveport, Louisiana. It is every year one of the most violent cities in our nation. Yeah. Per capita, it might be the number one most violent city in the United States. It is the Wild West. It always has been since you and I were kids. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Murder every night on the news. Every night.
But this is a new show he's going to be doing on the History Channel. He's teaming up with famous scientist Professor Turi King to investigate history's most intriguing murders using modern investigative techniques and technologies that weren't available at the time of the murders. Yeah. The series is entitled Unearthed Ancient Murder Mysteries. So
that'll be interesting.
Definitely check out Rod Demery, both these shows, Ancient Murder Mysteries.
That's on the History Channel? Okay.
Yeah, and the other one is on ID. It's called Murder Chose Me.
Okay.
Look it up, man. Yeah. You'll enjoy the heck out of it.
Big fans of the Forensic Files on HLN, man. Huge fan.
Yeah. Okay, so boys and girls, you know what time it is now. It's time for Danny's weekly award. It's time for the Simple Jack Award. And you know, the Simple Jack Award, it's given out to those folks that are trying to do the right thing. They're trying to get it right, but they just can't seem to get it done the way it should be done. You know, it's a shame that it happens this way. It really is.
Me, or does he look like Hunter Biden did?
Cracked out motherfucker, right? But this week, there may be a Hunter Biden connection somewhere in this. I'm leaning to thinking that way. It's from Politico. Secret Service ends White House cocaine investigation with no suspects.
No suspects. They don't have enough forensic evidence, whether it be DNA, fingerprints, video. I think they're citing maybe a possibility of 800 suspects that come in and out, either through tours or regular working employees there. They just can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. Can't tell us who left the cocaine in the secure location in the fucking White House. Okay, the government was able to go through how many tons of rubble in Oklahoma to find a little micro switch that led him to this person, that person, to find out who bombed that damn federal building. They can find that out. They can't find out who dropped a bag of fucking cocaine in a secure location in our White House. That's amazing to me.
That's amazing to me too. I think they're full of shit. I think they are.
Pretty sure they're lying to us. Pretty sure they're saying, American people, you don't deserve a fucking answer. You are beneath us. We'll drop cocaine wherever we want, and we won't tell you who did it, whatever. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard.
I mean,
and they went full retard, man. God almighty,
they can
man.
figure out from huge disasters who did it, where the money came from, everything in between. You figured it all out.
Yeah.
I don't know who put that bag of cocaine there. I don't know.
I'm shocked they're
not supposed to protect the president. I can't figure out who dropped the bag of fucking cocaine.
They protect two things. They protect our currency, and they protect the president of the United States. That's what the Secret Service is supposed to do.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to know who dropped that?
I do. I just, if we press them about it, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, oh, W left it here back in the aughts.
What if it turned out to be a janitor that worked there and dropped his cocaine? Would you want to know that?
Yeah.
You'd want to know that?
Yeah.
You think the American people have the right to know what goes on in their White House?
Yeah, they do. I'll tell you this.
Well, apparently our government doesn't feel like we need to know, and we don't have the right to know.
No.
So
Danny, did you hear that they the records that were supposed to be released this year in the JFK assassination?
Let me guess, they pushed it out further.
Biden pushed it back indefinitely.
There you go.
That's just wow.
Everybody that's got half a brain knows who killed the president. Who has the ultimate power to kill a president and get away with it?
Right. It's the government. Yeah.
It's the government.
It's Big Daddy. It's
the
machine.
He didn't want to go to Vietnam. Look, Abe Lincoln, he wanted to end slavery. There's a lot of money there. Didn't want that to happen. So what happened to him? Gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Follow the money, folks. You'll find out who does everything.
A lot of money there. Bell Helicopter, General Dynamics, a lot of cluster bombs to be sold.
Yep. Gotta go. Yep. Let's hit these comments before we get out of here. Small Time Republic says the scientific name of the people that lived in Louisiana at that time were Cunas erectus. Yes. There you go. Absolutely. That's correct. Hunter rolled that coke up in the currency. Jesus. All right, boys and girls.
Not enough evidence.
Not enough evidence.
Sorry, folks. Don't know.
No, you're not going to find out what's going on. Why? Because, hey.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
It's too much, man. It's too much. Let's hope that things get turned around, but don't hope and hope.
Don't hold your breath,
one hand
man.
and shit the other. Don't do that because you're going to be a messy person. All right. Let me run down real quick what's going on this week. Of course, you're watching the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We get together and do this every Thursday night at 6 p.m. We pull back the curtain on the headlines to let you know what's really going on. Hope you're enjoying the show. And then this Saturday, Sketching the Privateer will be coming to you from Shop Till You Drop. It's a little arts and crafts show my cousin puts on, and I'll be broadcasting live from there on Saturday the 15th. So if you're in the Shreveport-Bossier area, come check it out. There's a lot of good vendors there. And then Monday, I'll be on Military Monday with Morning Coffee with Gary. I think he's doing the Point Men this week finally. And it's just a couple of veterans and a bunch of friends talking about military movies and telling you whether it's historically accurate or tactically accurate, that kind of thing. We do it every Monday morning at 10 a.m., and that's brought to you by Pop Culture Minefield and KGRA Radio. And then, of course, on Monday evenings, it's Only Talk and Roll on that 70s Rock Fans channel. I'm not sure what he's doing this week. I think it's I think it's Second City Television. I think he's doing a show on SCTV. You remember that, Dan?
We were just talking about that yesterday, Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what he's doing this week. Last week.
That show. Yeah.
Yep. Last week we did Cyborg, and it was a lot of fun. He does different things on there. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's movies. But that's at 4 p.m. Central Time on Monday evenings. And then I start my week with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark on Tuesday evening at 10 p.m. And next week is going to start Star Wars week. All of our shows are going to have a Star Wars flavor to it. We're going to be doing part 8 of my walkthrough of The Force Unleashed with the little video games, cocktails, and fails with my friends at 10 p.m. on Monday night. And then, of course, we got State of the Atmosphere. And next week, we're going to rate all 11 of the movies that Star Wars has produced. Plus, we'll have some other stuff like some stuff about the Ahsoka series coming up and things like that. It's going to be all Star Wars next week for sure on State of the Atmosphere on Wednesday evening at 5:30 p.m. And then that night, I'll be doing the next part. I think it's part 7 this time around of my walkthrough of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on the Xbox. And that's at 10 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then it's right back around to Thursday with my brother Hacking the Matrix. So let's check the comments one more time. And and it's all Danny saying bye to everybody. So you guys definitely do what Danny says. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you're over on Rumble enjoying it, thank you for watching. Give me a follow over there. 3 of you did yesterday. I appreciate it and need a lot more over there. You guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Christian, for the $5 tip today. That was very cool. I appreciate you, man. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank my brother for having a good time with me. And
yeah, always.
You know it, man. And until I see you guys again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.